Wolf, the left side completion to Jones. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a throw for the All-Pro Kelsey is complete. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. And you're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on. And I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
2nd and 6. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 30.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? They'll run on first down. Snow, and forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Ready up. 53. Check 53. Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come out here. Come get some.
From the gun, Wolf. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
It's caught. Jones. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Bears. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
He's checking, he's checking, he's checking.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Buying time to his left. He'll get this complete into the hands of Riley Ridley. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another first and 10. They'll look to throw here. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. 16 yards. A little deja vu from the previous play where they got 16.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. Dancing to his left. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
And defensively going with a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
A loss of 2 yards. It's 4th down.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. And not the clean start that we had envisioned. You thought this would be a pretty crisp game, but a turnover for a turnover.
Yeah, so much for scripting. Because if teams are doing that, things aren't going according to plan. Maybe it's a case of nerves. Maybe it's a case of, too much energy right now. Let's see if both teams can get settled in and start to play good ball.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Here we go again. Let's go. Number 53. Mike 53. Hey, let's go.
Operating from the gun. Wolf He's going deep for Brown. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
They decided to air it out a little bit on that play, take a shot downfield, but the coverage was really nice. Able to get a hand in and tip it away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. That scramble good for 13 yards, but not good enough for a first down. It's fourth.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Set, ready, 70 in. Give his traps. Let's go. Ready.
They'll run with a fullback. Use check. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. It was too far for a field goal try. You don't really gain a whole lot out of a punt, so I don't think you have much of a problem with that, do you?
No, not at all. I think it's the right play, the exact right play, because even if you want to play defense and pin them deep, you know how hard it is for a punter to knock one dead inside the 10-yard line. That's not necessarily easily done. So I think going for it there was the right call.
J.J. Watt, the one that gets him down.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at their 48-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Yeah, let's get sandwich.
2nd and 9 now. Wide open receiver complete. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a first down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Now a handoff here to his running back. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And they're going to get him down well short of the first, as he can only get this to the 30. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. Boswell's kick is good. And it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the second quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
And feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And on that last drive, Went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held him to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the gun, Wolf. It's Kelsey on the grab. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it down here to the 43. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Wolf. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase.
It got his man complete. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Rosen. And a throw right sideline is complete. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. A first trip to the red zone for the Bears. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. So that'll back them up 5. The delay of game backs them up 5, 1st and 15.
Middle. Delta. I don't think you got it, son. Mike 4. Me and you all day. I'm coming after you. Mike 4.
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Mike 4. Check. Mike 4. Here we go.
They want to go to the air again with Rosen. Got his man, and it's caught. for a Chicago touchdown. With the first touchdown of this Super Bowl as the Bears push further out in front. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
And that should give his guys a spark. He's up all the way to the 44-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Time remaining for likely one final play. You're on your side of the field, but heck, maybe you throw one up 50-plus yards, see what happens.
Don't forget that taking the knee is the right play to make, because you just get out of there, you regroup, you start over. But if you're going to take the shot, you do have a chance of either making the play happen or picking up a deep pass interference call. And remember, it's the NFL. You get yardage. It's not just a 15-yard play. You could have something big here. Let's see if they take the shot.
Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter. On second down, Snow. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So the halftime show of the Super Bowl abbreviated, ready to go for the second half. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl.
Let's go!
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
It's going to be a long day. Motion, 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 motion.
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. He's going to air one out. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's Rosen. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Bears.
I remember sitting in special teams meetings, and at some point during the meeting, the coach would always say, you better treat this one just like you're playing offense or defense. It's a big part of the game, and we just saw evidence of why right there with that fumble.
Yeah, fumble on the punt, and after it was turning up to be a pretty decent return.
Yeah, a really nice return. They were going to be set up okay, and the offense would feel good running onto the field. And now the defense has to try it out there and try and slow them down.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the Ravens
Now a handoff here to his running back. Muscling free near the 40. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third.
Tight into the right, boy. Tight into the right. Move. Monday. Hey, Haywood. Come on. Mike Ford. Watch the screen. Pass.
Rosen will throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Look at this, a tight end carry. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
We got three, fellas. We got three. Mike Ford.
On 2nd and 9, Rosen. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. A 16-yard touchdown as the Bears push further out in front. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what, with those first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever, this was a big score to start the second half.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Wolf going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Everyone's got 4. 4 down. Hug. Mike 4. Go. Pick it up. Mike 4. We ain't giving up nothing today. Mike.
Here's Rosen to throw. And he's got his man on the comebacker. His 2nd catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a first down.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. And a nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Rosen now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. And again this time to the tailback. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. To throw is Rosen. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
Now Rosen looking to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're in a bit of a bind, a pretty big bind, down 20-0 as they start here on 1st and 10. And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. A gain of 6 there on 1st. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. Caught left side by Hilton. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a first down. That's just his 2nd catch of the game. They wanted to keep him silent. They have kept him silent.
Defensive football 101. Don't let the best player on offense beat you. Take him out of the game. They've done a great job of doing that.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. The tight end Kelsey was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Okay, ready? Check 53. Here we go. Ready.
To throw again, Wolf. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the 4th quarter here. You've held a team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Man, that's trash. Mike, 53. 50.
From the gun, Wolf. And that will be incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
If they're going to have a shot in this Super Bowl, they're going to need this one on fourth down. On fourth down, Wolf. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked up by Kyle Fuller. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
How about that, partner? His second sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Wide, get wide. Slam.
And now it's Rosen looking. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Shit.
Middle.
Switch. Check 3.
One day. Hey, exit.
Now Rosen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect it. A great return there. Bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. The screen pass here to Cohen. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation...
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 49. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Check. Motion to the backfield.
After the interception, here's Rosen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's into the clear. 20. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there. 58 yards as the Bears push further out in front. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
That's fielded in the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Here we go. Let's go.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
You got it. You got it.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
You're not ready.
Back to throw. Wolf caught. Kelsey, left side. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On first down, Snow. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
To throw on 2nd down. Wolf caught on the right side by Jones. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. They'll run on first down. Snow. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Damon Harrison, the one on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. The Ravens on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 2. Looking to throw. Wolf. And it's complete to Kelsey. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 14. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row, I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Wolf. Flush to his right, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Devin Bush gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and a mile. One final shot. They'll look to throw, and that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. And the Chicago Bears have etched their name in NFL history. They are your Super Bowl champions. And when this moment comes, I think you look back at all the blood, sweat, and tears, the offseason, the workouts, training camp, week 1, 2, 3, all building up now to say you're a Super Bowl champion. It's worth it.
It certainly is, and rarely do we have a team that hoists the Lombardi Trophy that didn't have their share of bumps along the way, didn't have to face some adversity in the journey, and now they get to just enjoy it and revel in it. And all offseason, they'll be signing their autographs with Super Bowl champion underneath it.